Good evening. It came with a warning, but still surprised many this week amongst Albertans who had less than 24 hours to react to sudden COVID regulation changes.
That's right. With COVID hospitalizations continuing to fall, Premier Jason Kenney removed many restrictions this week across the province. Our Markus Taylor has more on what that means for Albertans.
Thanks, Marco. Yes, so Premier Kenney announced on Tuesday evening that removal of some previous measures being used to combat the spread of COVID-19. The new program could see all capacity limits being removed as early as March 1st. However, since the announcement was made so quickly, it's raised a question. Will Albertans be able to handle these rapid new measures? Tony's Pizza is one of many local Edmonton businesses trying to adapt to the new COVID regulations. Since 11:59 p.m. Tuesday night, customers are no longer required to show their vaccine passport before entering. I spoke with the owner Sal about if there was any issues adjusting.
I don't think it was that big of a change because we were already geared for having people come in with the QR code. So now, if anything, it kind of makes it a little easier because we don't have the log jam at the door while we got to check everybody's QR cards and their IDs.
Premier Kenney spoke on Tuesday about why these sudden changes are so important.
We cannot remain at a heightened state of emergency forever. We have to begin to heal.
I'm here out front of St. Catherine Elementary Junior High School. On February 14th, all students under the age of 18 will not be required to wear masks in school while attending classes, just as how it looked pre-pandemic. Also on the 14th, anyone under the age of 12 is not required to wear a mask in a public space. The first stage is focused around getting rid of the restriction exemption program, getting rid of capacity limits except for large venues, and taking masks off of children under 12 and no masking for all youth students. The second stage, if hospitalizations do not increase within 3 weeks of stage 1, would see all indoor masking requirements lifted, as well as all capacity and gathering limits being lifted too. The third stage outlines a plan for no mandatory isolation and continuing care COVID protocols being lifted. I asked David Shepard what he thought about the rapid changes.
You know, that they could have talked about this, they could have worked on this, but the Premier has kind of thrown them under the bus and created a lot of chaos for business owners.
Kenney also said the Alberta government is going to be closely watching some other countries, such as the United Kingdom, who have adopted similar programs just earlier than we have.
So Marcus, is this new plan set in stone?
No, it's definitely not. The movement onto stage 2 of the new program is completely dependent on our COVID hospitalization rate staying at a decline. The City of Edmonton has also decided that they will be looking into a potential screening program, so things might look a little different for Edmontonians moving forward. Also, stage 3 is yet to have a date announced for when it will be put into place, so it's a little up in the air still.
As a NAIT student, what does this all mean for me?
Yeah, so NAIT students and other post-secondary students can all expect to be back in class without masks potentially. Lots of the decisions will be made by the school whether to be masked or not to be masked, but that decision will have to be made by March 1st.
Thanks, Marcus. That's Markus Taylor reporting live from